AEW was announced on January 1st, 2019 by Cody Rhodes, the Young Bucks, and Adam Page along with Tony Khan. Everyone else came after, with Kenny Omega, Chris Jericho, and more being announced in the coming weeks. While Cody was the driving force behind AEW, things changed fast. He was one of the biggest babyfaces and brought that energy to the promotion. Over the first few months though, he was supported for the alternative he brought to the wrestling scene. Things changed and Cody seemed to be equally booed and cheered. Rhodes seems to have turned more and more heel, at least when it comes to the reaction from fans. This is Wrestling Hub, and here are the reasons why fans think Cody Rhodes is turning into the new Triple H and are turning on him. Before we get into the rest of the video, make sure you subscribe to Wrestling Hub and turn on all notifications to stay up to date with everything in the world of pro wrestling. The parallels between Triple H and Cody Rhodes have been seen for a while. Cody, in one of the first moments in AEW, made an elaborate entrance, something that is a characteristic of Triple H. Not only that, Cody even had a skull thrown, which he broke with a sledgehammer. The reference to the game only helped to bring attention to the similarities between the two. On top of that, Cody talked about how they were the only royal family in wrestling, the Rhodes family. This was an obvious shot at the McMahon family and Triple H. For a long time now, Triple H has been known as the King of Kings. With Cody's gimmick turning, unfavorable comparisons have been made to Triple H. In WWE, Triple H was known for his time backstage as a part of the Clique, a group who had great influence. Cody Rhodes was one of the founding members of AEW, thereby naturally having the position of Executive VP. With his position, he has been one of the most influential members in AEW backstage. Unlike Triple H, there was no mystery about the fact that Cody was one of the most influential people in the company. With that, Cody has been present in every corporate event, a position that has drawn comparisons to Triple H. Also, it's difficult for anyone to be a babyface when they are working as a corporate persona. Cody was often accompanied by the entire Nightmare family when he started to come out to the ring. It just made him look like he had all the support in the world and not at all like a babyface. The entrance and his entire persona was more and more heelish, and with him not acknowledging that, it felt like fans were living in the Twilight Zone. Also, yet another comparison that was drawn between Cody and Triple H was the fact that they were a power couple. Cody and Brandi Rhodes together resembled a knockoff copy of Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. When Brandi introduced AEW Heels, the women's exclusive platform for AEW, the fact that it cost so much to be a part of it made the team of Cody and Brandi even more dislikable. Cody's defense of his wife, while natural and understandable, was not something fans took kindly. At this point, Cody's feuds start out of nowhere. The last one was QT Marshall turning on him, and that made for some of the least interesting bit of TV. Rhodes has been kept on programming regularly, with the exception of the time he took away from TV for his child's birth and the reality show. His feud against Malachi Black had Black attack Rhodes for no reason, and no justification has been provided. Everything that's been done to Cody has seemingly been about putting him over and giving him crowd sympathy. Cody has turned into a character who is in some ways a mockery of himself. As the son of the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, he has taken on the name the American Nightmare. Where his father was the representative of the common man as the son of a plumber fighting from the ground up at that level, Cody is anything but that. As the son of Dusty, he has had his path carved out for him in wrestling, where others might have had to struggle to get where he was. On top of that, Cody has been focused on representing the US and talking about how important the country was to him, but Cody ended up making his feud against Anthony Ogogo about the US facing the UK and talking about the struggle of colonial USA. Together with this new image, Cody has ended up losing more fans. One of the first things that soured fans to Cody's new character was that his run as TNT champ might have made the title more exciting, but the fact was he was always winning. The TNT title was something to build up and coming stars like Darby Allin, Miro, and Sammy Guevara. While he was expected to become AEW World Champ, we know he can no longer challenge for the belt after being portrayed by MJF during his match against Jericho. He turned his focus on the TNT title, but he didn't need to. He defeated Lance Archer to win the belt, and since then Archer has been over in AEW but has never got that final win he needs to cement himself. When the title was titles on the line, he defeated Jungle Boy, Mark Quinn, Ricky Starks, Jake Hager, Sonny Kiss, Eddie Kingston, Warhorse, and Scorpio Sky. When the title changed hands to Brody Lee was something fans had been waiting for. Cody went on to win the belt back and even defeated Orange Cassidy to retain it before finally losing it to Darby Allin. Cody using heel tactics in his matches was another reason fans thought he would turn, but he didn't and continued to hold the belt. The feud against Anthony Ogogo has been brought up before. The promos in that feud were some of the worst, with neither able to deliver, instead talking about how Cody was from the US while Ogogo was from the UK. Then there was the weigh-in with Paul White where Paul could not use the scales, making it awkward. Ogogo had been booked as one of the most undefeatable stars, given his boxing credentials. His right hand was a lethal weapon, and a shot from that was all it took to end any match. Instead of Cody losing, he won. Not only that, but during the match, he took the lethal right hand and survived. He took not one but 3 shots with the hand, including one to the head. He was able to shrug it off and defeat Ogogo. Ever since then, Ogogo has hardly been seen in AEW. The comparison has been made between him and Triple H once again, as Triple H was known for burying up-and-coming stars. Rhodes regularly gets beaten down on the show, but it's not just to put over the person that he is facing. It's usually so he can then stand up and be shown to overcome the obstacle, like an underdog. The gimmick is actually very much like John Cena in nature and just does not work on a regular basis. The last thing fans want is another Hollywood-esque character. The wrestling world already has Batista, Cena, and Rock. According to Arn Anderson, with Cody acting more and having his own reality show, fans had another reason to dislike him, since they feel as if he betrayed and left them. On top of that, having a star on the roster who is acting in reality TV is almost a certain way to get them booed, with the Bellas providing the perfect example of how that works. Cody has refused to turn heel, and that by itself is symbolic of one of the biggest issues facing AEW. Starting from his days in Legacy with Randy Orton, Cody was at his best as a heel. Not only is he a corporate member of AEW, he is not a believable babyface. Despite this, Cody said to Bleacher Report that he was not bothered by the boos, with him adding that he would retire before turning heel in AEW. At this point, whether Cody wants it or not, he will be booed. He has been shoved down the throats of fans who are tired of everything he has to offer. And those were reasons why fans think Cody Rhodes is the new Triple H and are turning on him. I hope you're all having a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later.